out, man. I like that. Jude, a letter encouraging. Hey, Jude, this is the half brother of Jesus, by the way.
Jude.
Huh? Yeah, that's right. That's the one.
Jude.
A letter encouraging Christians to contend for the faith and live holy lives, even though the ungodly persons have crept in unnoticed. The author Jude, also called sometimes in the list of disciples Thaddeus, he was the half brother of Jesus, the full brother of James, who would end up being the pastor of the church in Jerusalem. In Jude, Jesus is our foundation. Jude, verse 22. This is one chapter long, folks. It's going to be epic.
Jude is the half brother of Jesus too.
Yep. Yes.
Mary had
Mary had like 5 or 6 boys and at least 2 girls, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus is our foundation in Jude 22. Be merciful to those that doubt. He says that right after he gets done ripping everybody's heads off. This is epic. I like it best in the King's English myself. Not everyone agrees. Look at that list. Look at that map. Study it. It's a good one. It shows where all 12 disciples, where everyone ministered to. When you get home, make sure you read the very end of this. We can get through the chapter quick and easy and painlessly, but I'm an old guy and I kind of like history, and little insights sometimes are interesting. I have the story of Jude's grandchildren in here. They made emperor level. They would eventually be killed by Trajan. They lived under the reign mostly of Domitian, and about their property and some interactions they held. Their religion was against the law, and at a point, the Christians were exploding so much that Domitian wanted anyone with that was of the line of the king of David, that they would be killed. If you were from the line of David, like Jesus was, Jesus was the son of David. If you were from King David's ancestors, they wanted him. He set out an order that they all would be killed. And these are Jesus, the descendants of Jesus' brother. So they had that blood. They were all children of David. What are you going to do? Right? And they didn't really want to kill them. They were good people. They were helping other people. They were doing good things. At the very end, the last page of this lesson, we're not going to read it here in class, but read it. Give them a tip of the hat, because they all ended up being martyred. But it's kind of neat. That little thing you don't hear much about, that these are Jesus' great nieces and nephews. Kind of neat, isn't it? And their families, and they had like 39 acres somewhere. It's all in that little thing.
And they were all killed? They were all martyred?
They would all be killed, yeah.
So Barbara.
But anyway, it's just kind of interesting insight into it. This is a great letter. He's crossing his eyes. He's dotting his eyes, crossing T's. He's brutal to sinful people in here, and talking about sin, and talking about people not living up to what Jesus did. And the reason he's so mad is because the guy that was hanging on the cross was his brother. You know what I mean? And all of these brothers of Christ, none of them believed in Jesus until after they saw him risen from the dead, according to Paul. I think it's 1 Corinthians 9, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'll post it when I put this online. But Jude was upset, and partially he was probably upset with himself that it took him so long. His brother literally had to die and then show up risen from the dead. And now I believe. Yeah, what did he do? Okay, Thomas, we're impressed with your faith. Jude, a bondservant of Jesus Christ and brother of James, to those who are called, sanctified by God the Father, and preserved in Jesus Christ. The introduction is simple enough. Written by Jude to those of us who are called, who are sanctified by God the Father, and preserved in Christ.